I don't know what special sauce Sean is putting in his rums up at Dropworks, but oh my God, it is unique. Now, if you are another British scratch rum producer, don't take anything to heart what I'm about to say in this video, but I think Sean and Dropworks and Lewis, let's give Lewis a shout out as well. But I think Sean, as head distiller, I think he's set a new bar. Now, what we have here are the very first samples of Clear Drop that's come out of this. Now, the time this video drops will be a week to the day after the launch party down in London, which I was lucky enough to be invited to. There was a second launch party the night after on the Tuesday up in Nottingham, but we were all at the Monday one. These were all the samples we had out. We were drinking, flipping amazing daiquiris. There were Mai Tais, there was another cocktail on, an apple and elderflower kind of highball going on. But it was a fantastic night where we got to learn a little bit more. This one here, I'm not going to talk too much about in this video, but this is the Funk Drop. And the best part of the evening for me was actually when Lewis took us into the back room and kind of give us a couple of the different marks that they've kind of created, distilled, and then blend together to create the Funk Drop. This is a 63% ABV, tastes absolutely gorgeous, and I've christened one of the marks Pear Drop because that's exactly what it tastes like. Pear Drop sweets, absolutely delicious. But that won't be on sale at the moment. Maybe within the month, maybe by the end of June, I don't know. But definitely within the next, it's not on sale right this moment, but maybe within the next day or so, by the time this video comes out, or maybe within the next week, you should be able to buy this. Now this will go pretty decent prices, if I'm being brutally honest. 45% ABV will go on sale at £35. So while we haven't got a confirmed price of this, Lewis, you can blame Vicky. Vicky made this price up. Vicky said, no, I'm joking, Vicky, I'm joking. But it did come from Vicky, but she said it came from Chris. But the price they're touting at this one for a 65% or 63% now is £43. Now, don't hold us to that. That might fluctuate, that might go up. Now, we'll sort of focus on those a bit more when the rums come out. And what I'd actually love to do is do like, I was going to say a 4-part series with Lewis and kind of get his takes, and Sean, to be fair, and all of them, but Sean and Lewis, their takes on what they're trying to create with these rums. Because I've said this bit again, and I've said this before, you know, to get your head into what Dropworks are doing, they're creating a spiced rum as well that doesn't actually have spices. And that, you know, you'll be easily that will easily make sense to you when I kind of explain this. What they're all about is creating different distillates and then blending them together. So to create the Funk Drop, for instance, they've taken cuts at different points. So they've taken like a pear cut. You know, it's not just one rum, the whole distillation of one rum. They're taking cuts at different points to get different tastes and then separating them all up and then blending different cuts together with different yeast. And bearing in mind, there's going to be different yeasts, different molasses, different kind of washes, different fermentations going on. But there's lots of different blendings together to create different rums. So when that spiced rum comes out, it will not be a traditional spiced rum. It won't have any spice in it at all. It will just be different cuts of rum, maybe a cinnamon note, maybe a nutty note. Who knows? It's not even out there yet, but that's what they're doing too. And this, you know, the Clear Drop is absolutely no different because, as I said at the top of the video, I don't know what special, I can't even say it now, special sauce Sean is putting in his rum, but I have not smelt or tasted anything in the UK, in the British Isles, anything like this. And there's another point I want to emphasize in here as well. When we go around the world, there is what you would call an inherent Jamaican style, an inherent Barbados style, inherent Guyana. There's only one distillery in Guyana, but Demerara rum. Inherent Guyanan rum. You know, when you taste Guyanan rum, it is all a similar vibe. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, it's a similar kind of vibe. In the British Isles, I don't think we can nail a vibe, to be fair. There's absolutely so many different styles, so many different things going on. Take John and Gina down at Goldstone. They've got the cocktail of all four, sort of jaggery, paella, jiggery, pokery, paella, panella, we know. Molasses and cane juice. We've got Vince down at Portsmouth that is dehydrated cane juice. And then we've got these guys, you know, We've got, like, everyone's producing different things. And the point I want to emphasize on this, do you know the big notes that I get off this? Berries. And not your cherries that you might get off here. Take your pick. Raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries. It is insane. And I've got no idea of how they come back, because when I was up there and when they were distilling, it was sort of pineapple to savoury to a bit nutty to pear. So how they've got these berry notes is just insane. But for me, and whether the pouches will be different to the bottles because of plastic or whatever these are, I think these are recyclable. Let's just call them plastic for the time being. To glass, how that transforms the flavour, I don't know, but it was very much the same thing on Monday night for the rum straight out of the bottles there. It's just this berry note. Now you do get vanilla. You do get a little bit of sort of a subtle vanilla. You do get a little bit of sort of, what's the word? Sort of nuttiness going on to it. There is that sort of pear to it, but it is very much overshadowed by those berry notes. But on the taste, I want to emphasise, even for 45% ABV, this is soft. This is silky smooth. This is no real alcohol bite to it. This goes down an absolute treat. Now, I want to kind of, so you can gauge my palate, and I kind of want to emphasise this. I don't know the DNA, and this is kind of why I want to talk to Sean and Lewis and get them to do a series of videos, because they have effectively got those 3 stills. All right, 2 of them are, they've got the wash still, the stripping run essentially, and then they've got the column and so the pot with the column, and then they've got the pot with the double retort on there. So they can do lots of different rums. You know, even getting the low wines and the high wines out of the double retorts is going to be very different rum coming out of the main pot that feeds the double retorts. You know, it's very different vibes coming off there. My point being is, I think this, the way it tastes, the way it feels to me, I think this, I'm getting very much a column still vibe. For me, it's not light, clean, crisp and bright like a Cuban, like a Dominican Republic, but it certainly doesn't bash me around the face like a pot still, like Andy's, like Retribution, Richard of Retribution. You know, like John and Gina. You know, John and Gina at Goldstone have got sort of like a hybrid going on, a pot with a column and all that. You know, this is so lovely. It makes a fantastic daiquiri, absolutely fantastic. I would quite happily drink that. You know, that for me is a strong 9.2, 9.3 on my daiquiri scale. I absolutely love that, because it does emphasise those berry notes in there. It's absolutely flipping delicious. I would love to do this. I'd love to have more than this. You know, that was empty. You know, I'd love to have more to kind of play about with this and do this properly. We will get a bottle. As soon as they have been bottled, we will get a bottle and play about with it properly. Other cocktails, other things going on to the mix. I know full well this is going to play well in a rum and coke. It's going to play well in a rum and ginger. It's going to play well in your cocktails. You know, the funk drop that did the Mai Tai, superb, absolutely superb. But, you know, there is just so much going on in the British Isles with rum. And the point I want to emphasise, I know I've got a lot of you, hopefully you all watch each other's videos, but I know a lot of the British scratch rum producers watch my videos. And I want to emphasise this. If you haven't heard from Lewis, reach out to him. He's got his own YouTube channel. It's at Lewis Hayes, but it's Dropworks Distillery. Basically, he wants to bring the whole British rum scene together, including the likes of me, you know, all us people that love it, but actually you guys, the distiller, because of the aging facilities, because of the premises they've got, there wants to be one big collaborative effort, because these guys, they've got the money, they've got the investment, they've got the size, they've got the, you know, they've got the knowledge and the know-how. These guys will lead the charge. And it's up to the rest of the UK now, the rest of the British Isles, to sort of A, keep up with them, and B, give them a run for the money. Get better. You know, Dropworks will get better. Richard at Retribution will get better. Kit at Ninefold will get better. Lazy Dog will get better. Vince, John and Gina, you name them, Andy, Rose Mullion, they will all get better over their forthcoming years. And there's no competition to outdo each other. It's just getting better. as a British rum scene. And that is why I'm phenomenally excited. This stuff, Sean, I'm going to give you all the credit for this, Sean. I saw your face light up like a Cheshire cat on Monday. You know, I know you were so happy. I know you were so pleased with what you came off the still. I know there was a hell of a lot of pressure, not least by me with every comment I was putting. No pressure, Sean. I know there's a huge amount of pressure with all that investment that you guys have had up there. I think you've done well, my friend. I think you've done exceptionally well. This stuff is gorgeous. So here's to the first ever sample of Clear Drop. I can't wait to see where this journey ends up.